Wait, what happened?
Some butt floss.
John said this was going to say, hey, a string could have prevented this.
Yeah,
I said,
the guy that's gonna pull my tooth out when I did the consultation, he's just like, as he's looking at the X-ray, he's like, a little piece of string could have prevented all this.
and my challenge was, can a J string prevent this?
So what is the public service announcement?
He was saying a string like
No.
flossing.
What is the public service announcement that we're going with?
Floss and brush.
Say it again. Travis, you all right?
I don't know. I ate
Say it out loud.
I ate another
motherfucker.
piece of hot sausage, had 2 shots, and drank 6 beers.
What is the public service announcement right now?
No, hurry, hold on. I got it. The public service announcement is, welcome to another sort of Wasted Wagons.
Floss,
Well,
brush,
we
and
talking
eat
about
ass,
the
people.
craziest stuff, guys.
Eat ass on there.
And
Woo!
what we're going with here is, please, kids, brush and floss your teeth.
And after that lovely intro, last time we were talking about our top 5 favorite bands, and I think we had we probably had some pretty interesting lists, but damn it, I can't do this. I had it all recorded. I'm fucking.
Oh, come on.
I couldn't.
Dude, that would have been an awesome
I
episode.
couldn't.
I like it.
I couldn't.
That
keep
would-
it going. Oh wait, one of them still recording.
That would have been a great episode.
What floss? Make sure you.
He started off by talking.
Make sure you.
And then you
I know. I know. That's why. That's why I was trying to bait him into keep talking and talking. But I was like, God, this would be so great. And that's because I'm just gonna fucking hit him with welcome to the episode of Wasted Wagons.
Why stay with it? Stay with
We
it.
should have stayed
Don't
with
cut
it,
it.
man.
You have it recorded, huh? Don't cut
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, Mike's hot.
So Mike is hot.
Mike is hot right now.
Block is hot.
So
Mike's got the meat
let's
hot.
let's talk now
What?
about music. We haven't talked about it since
Ever.
We haven't done a top 5,
I
right?
believe, right?
We like to talk about top 5.
Nickelback, you know.
Yeah, we talked
had
about
this
that
episode
last time, yeah.
1, right?
Episode 1. So this is episode I don't know, 3, 4,
4 or 5, I don't know.
17.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The one before we
And,
get canceled.
Let's do a top 5 favorite musical artists.
All right.
Todd, you want to start?
If nobody else is ready, sure. Yeah, I'm ready. If you need a little more time.
I got it.
Prickly
Let me
pear.
just double
We call
check.
that filibustering.
Let me just double.
This could be
check my
artist,
list.
band, any
Pull up my
genre.
notes. Okay. So I'm going to start at number 5. This is a band that I've seen live. We saw them at, I think me, Travis, Sean, and Brian Newman saw at the Hard Rock Hotel in Biloxi.
Shout out to Brian Newman.
Brian Newman!
Eventually a guest on the show.
Future podcast guest.
Yeah, yep.
And that was Seether. That show that we saw was
Solid number 5 right there. I
It
didn't
was
even think
sneaky
about
number 5 because I almost didn't even include them, but they have so many good songs.
We need
And,
to
you know,
put
the
Brian
show-
Newman's face on a milk carton. Is all I want to know.
Brian Newman could become more than just a regular guest. He could become
Well, yeah,
regular,
Brian.
but he does live
We've
about
got
45
plenty of
minutes
faces
away.
that belong on milk cartons.
I think one's in a North Carolina milk carton.
North
One
Carolina,
belongs in an Amber Alert.
is it
Born and raised up. Take your shirt off.
Is
Spin
it-
around your head like a
is
helicopter.
it Asheville? Where is it?
Asheville, North Carolina? What?
Asheville.
Asheville? What? What?
Wasted. What?
Talk about a wasted wagon.
Wasted. What?
I like that. Put it on a t-shirt.
All right, so Seether, I'm going to put it number 5. Like I said, me, Travis, Sean, and Brian Newman. We saw them at the Biloxi Hard Rock Hotel.
Thanks for the invite.
Very, very. This was like
Sorry, Patrick.
3 or 4 years ago.
This was in like 2019.
It's because I'm black.
We're
racist,
maybe.
so
We didn't think you'd like a rock band.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean? Think I don't have
Look,
soul
Tim,
and rhythm and everything?
Let me cut Todd off right there.
Oh my
Seether.
God.
Seether.
Cut
Top 5. Go ahead.
All right. Look.
It's like they're
Seether.
twins or brothers or something, huh?
Seether came on with no
I was about to fucking say that.
No opening band. Like, they just came on and started playing. Like, wait, to see they're playing right now with no opening band. It was a great show.
What I really found weird about it, though, was Sean Morgan kind of stood on the left side of the stage. You know, normally
He
the
did.
fucking singer stands right in the center. It was like came out right on the left side of the stage, started playing. I was like, no gossip, guys. No gossip. But anyways, he came out on the left side of the stage. I thought that was kind of weird. Like, maybe, why is the lead singer on the left side? He should be in the center. See, there's my number 5 band. Shut the fuck up, guys. Y'all making me laugh.
Good number 5, underrated.
It's
Yep.
a good start.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4, I'm going to go with Stone Temple Pilots.
We all
TP.
wait. We also saw Seether open for hold on. Open for Three Doors Down at Champion Square, and they kind of stole the show.
And who else was with us that night? It was me, Travis,
And who?
Sean, and who?
Who?
Some very pasty white
Some
ghost,
guy that
ghost-like
belongs on the
creature.
fucking milk carton.
The same guy in.
I know who wasn't there.
North
Me.
Carolina.
Thanks for the invite.
Patrick
Like Three
wasn't
Doors Down?
invited because he's
I do. One of the first concerts. Actually, the first concert I ever saw was involved 3 Doors Down and Fuel.
Oh, okay.
First concert I've
Fuel?
ever been to was actually Fuel, Seven Dust, and Nonpoint.
The
Solid
only, the
lineup.
only time I saw Breaking Benjamin, they opened for 3 Doors Down in 2004.
Huh.
All right, so number 4, I'm going to try and finish this. Stone Temple Pilots is number 4. Obviously, Scott Weiland was a legend. He died way before his time. When we actually saw them live, he obviously had passed, and they had the new singer. I can't even think of his name, but I'm gonna tell you this: he's certainly a very, very good replacement. He sounded like Scott Weiland. He looked like Scott Weiland. He moved like Scott Weiland. So yeah, a bunch of good albums. Stone Temple Pilots.
They're
coming
still touring. I just saw that they're still doing their thing.
The guy, to copy off of Todd, he did, take on that Scott Weiland persona. He had the red hair. Definitely moved like him. He sounded just like him. I definitely mimic that.
Number 3.
All right, so number 4 was Stone Temple Pilots. Number 3, I'm certain Travis will probably have them in the number 5 as well. I mean, we've seen them a bunch of times. They performed all over the fucking place. They've had, it was originally 3 brothers that started the band. It was a brother-in-law that ended up replacing the bass player. I don't even think the brother-in-law.
They're named after a car that their dad owned.
They are named after a Chevrolet car. Yes, it is Chevelle. Seen them numerous times. They're a great band. They
The
keep
Red.
surprising me. They keep releasing new stuff, and it just sounds as good as the old
Hey,
stuff.
look, it's all awesome, but Todd's wrong there. I do not have them in my top
Wow.
5, but they're a very awesome band. I do love me some Chevelle.
Wow, thought they'd definitely be in there.
No, did not my top 5, but very close.
All right, number 2, obviously, me and Trev. I've probably seen this band live more than anybody. They tour nonstop. They keep cranking out good stuff. Keep sounding like their old stuff. Seven Dust. I can't say anything more positive about this band. Every time they come around, they never seem to surprise me. Their show is just as good as the last. The last show we went to, they played the entire Animosity album.
Yep.
Which was phenomenal.
Which Xmas Day is probably Seven Dust's best song. If you're not a Seven Dust fan, Xmas Day, they played it at a couple of concerts we've been to. The last one definitely great song. Listen to it. Xmas Day Christmas Day by Seven Dust.
Chorus is sung by Clint Lowry.
Yes.
Lowry, the guitar player. But,
So LeJean Witherspoon takes kind of a backseat in that one. He gives it over to the guitar player. Great song. LeJean is
an African American.
He's an African American singer.
Very good
Their
singer.
biggest hit probably ever, since Patrick is sitting here. Their number 1 hit ever is called Black, and it's about the singer being African American, and it is one of their best songs ever. So Patrick should listen.
Just to interject, you can call it Black. It's okay. We get it.
He is a black singer.
He's an
And the
African
song
American
is
singer.
called. The song is about being black, and it's a fantastic song. And
Hey.
let's
favorite-
cut this off because Sean, Todd, and I can remember this back when we were in probably 8th or 9th grade. And
Thanks for the invite.
Oh Jesus!
I don't even know if we.
We didn't fucking- we didn't know you then.
When did Sean actually meet you, Patrick?
UNO.
Sometime in
College.
College.
You went over
So this was when we were in high school, and we were at a Trapped and Smile Empty Soul concert.
Oh my God!
Trapped Smile Empty Soul. Co-headliner, Trapped Smile Empty Soul. LeJean Witherspoon was at the bar because he was performing the next night.
It was a three-show package deal.
3-ticket package.
Yeah, the previous
Wait,
night
it wasn't
Edema,
LeJean Jackson?
It was Edema and Power Man 5000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Edema and Power Man 5000 with the
The
third
5K.
show.
P-Man.
LeJean was the
5
nicest guy on the friggin' planet.
K.
And the main reason we bought these tickets, Todd, Sean, and I, 3 members of this podcast, was because of Seven Dust. And the guy was the nicest guy on the planet. And then we even told him, we said, look, the reason we bought this 3-ticket package was because of you. He took pictures with us, signed our tickets.
He signed the tickets. And when I handed it to him, he's like, this is a Seven Dust ticket. I was like, yeah, we got them all, bro.
Because of you.
Some would say he was doing a little too much, a little extra. Trying to earn some favor.
What do you mean by that, Bev?
Well, I'm saying. He went above and beyond the call of duty or booty to ingratiate himself and be friends with you guys.
He absolutely
And
did.
be memorable.
And that Animosity show last year, I had seen Seven Dust 7 times, but now I've seen him 8 times total.
Thanks
As
for the
of
invite.
last year.
And Travis said that his favorite song was Xmas Day by them. I'm going to go with Shine off the Animosity album. That's my favorite song. Very, very good song.
Also played at the show last year.
He played.
Apologize that we didn't invite Patrick. We will definitely make sure we do that next time.
All right, we also didn't invite Patrick to this
Seven Dust
show
podcast?
that was in October a couple of years ago, and this is my favorite band of all time. Been my favorite band since I was a kid. Obviously, Lane Staley is the most iconic voice of all time. I mean, I don't think anybody could match his voice.
Except you have Jerry Cantrell. No, I'm sorry.
But William Duvall is a very, very good replacement.
I
Alice
love
in
your number
Chains.
one.
Alice in Chains is my favorite.
I agree.
Number one. I used to have a flag hanging in my room. I wish I still had it. I would have it hanging in my man cave, but I don't. Again, I Stay Away, probably the coolest music video of all time. Me and Travis visited Cleveland. Me and Travis and Brian Newman visited Cleveland. We visited the
Future guest on the show.
Future guest on the show, empty chair right here. He should be sitting here. We visited the Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The puppets from that video are in the Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Very
Coolest fucking picture.
Very
I
cool
snapped
experience.
The whole time we were there.
Very cool experience.
My overall favorite song by Alice in Chains, though, is Nutshell. Beautiful song. I love it. Alice in Chains, number one. Rest in peace, Lane Staley. You are the best.
One of my 5 includes has a song as a tribute to Lane. Just a little teaser on that.
I know.
Yeah.
Album 3.
Yes.
Well, 4 if you count the other one.
So they didn't make my top 5 just because of
Really?
because
they're white?
There's one reason. I'm going to ignore that, even though I've just thrown racial shards at you all day and night. That's fine. They would be in my top 5 because mostly because I find myself kind of going back and listen to songs on repeat all the time, and like looking at my Spotify like algorithm, they're in my top 10, 15 most played. Like one song is in my top 10, 15 most played song like for an entire year.
I'm genuinely curious if they're not in your top 5. Who the hell is in your top 5?
It's gonna be a weird explanation as to.
So who's going next?
Say that one's 5A.
Okay, well, I kind of jumped in for a second. I'll just give you my top 5 real quick.
Okay.
I don't really have him in an order, other than number 5 because he's the first one that should get removed from my list, and it's more of a Homer pick and more of a this artist makes me laugh at his music because it's just comical and he's a punchline artist.
Fifth Ward Weeby.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
I love Lil Wayne.
I love
Lil Wayne is probably at the top of my rapper
First
list.
of all,
Absolutely.
it's Lil, not
Lil.
Lil, not Little.
Little Wayne
Yeah.
is brilliant.
No, just
Little Wayne.
Ma'am, my name is
He
not
is a
Little,
brilliant
Lil.
musician.
like his first album, like The Block Is Hot with loud pipes,
Oh, yeah.
and if you listen, you progress to a Millie.
How about Go
and
DJ?
Go DJ.
Just to go back to the
This is
Cash Money
Carter,
days.
like the
Little
Carter,
Bag Boy.
the Carter 1, 2, 3, and 4.
What about Fireman?
Amazing.
Are we leaving out Fireman? Fireman for Fireman.
Absolutely. But with
Why
that
you
said,
hating?
with that said, he probably wouldn't be from just a musical standpoint in my top 5, but the nostalgia and just he makes me smile and laugh when I listen to hear some songs. I can't not kind of have him there, but he's not the best for me.
Just to hear how young he sounds in the Cash Money days.
Oh,
was
yeah.
hilarious.
Especially
Yeah.
You know, he's such a
Especially in
little kid.
Still Up Stunning.
Yeah, sound like my daddy.
Best Cash Money artist back in the day.
Oof, I got
BG.
hard to argue with that.
Bling, bling.
I would-
used to like
I would
BG
say-
as well, but
BG.
The more commercial answer probably would be Juvie,
Yeah.
but
Mine was
BG
Manny
had
Fresh.
BG was
banger
the
after
man,
banger.
dude.
Even the B side had bangers on it. It was great.
I always liked Manny Fresh. He always had the best parts in every
So-
Cash Money song.
The rest of my
all right, can I cut you off before you say that?
Sure.
Like right above it is
Great
probably
song.
one of my favorite rap songs ever.
Bill Gates.
Right above it, freaking awesome. Little Wayne, right above it.
Go listen to Mona Lisa. by
Some of
Lil
you guys
Wayne if
give me
haven't heard
eyes
it.
at this table. If you haven't,
But,
if you haven't heard "Right Above It" by Little Wayne, go listen to it.
It's definitely a
Freaking-
keeper.
Definitely
Definitely keep
a
it.
gym motivator.
It's nothing like my dad.
Great song. The rest of my top 5 will go not in order. Outkast. The style of music and
Yes.
the instruments and everything, their collabs
I'm sorry, Miss
and their
Jackson.
and their lyrics
the art
are
of
incredible.
storytelling.
Outkast,
The art of storytelling,
with Slick Rick.
yes,
Outkast was like, they were like storytellers. They were not rappers.
correct.
It's like they had like painted a picture. With
And
it.
they're also
Also, really.
they're
cool music
featured
video.
on one of my top 5 favorite just songs of ever, International Players Anthem.
Okay.
Hello, Andre 3000 in the start of that song, money,
Great.
money.
The video for that song was Slick Rick, though. If you ever watched it,
I agree.
freaking awesome. Art of storytelling.
It's almost like the Alice in Chains "I Stay Away," but with
Like some
Yeah.
puppets in
but
it.
with
Yep.
black
Yeah.
puppets.
Love it, love it.
I'll say
With
I'll make this my number
African-American
3. We talked about this off air. 10 years.
Oh.
Really good.
Someone mentioned that.
I guess
that
more
Patrick really
progressive
likes
neo
that.
Num-
rock type album.
10 years at number 3.
Yeah,
Woo!
they
That's
they were
been
late to the
longer
party
than
for
10
me,
years.
but I've seen them. I've probably seen them more than any other artist because their shows are easy to get to.
I can
They're
vouch for that. You like 10 years at UNO.
yeah. That was one of my early ones from back in the day.
Okay.
Number 2, I have to thank one of my old roommates for this because he's a musician, and I love all their musicianship and the lyrics of the songs. Incubus,
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
great early albums, good more mainstream
Yeah, wherever they
albums,
at Mainstream,
and they
still
do
pretty
some
good, yep.
kind of off the norm.
I fell off with them for a little while, but then got back on it later on.
Look,
Yeah.
I've loved Incubus from the beginning until
Beginning?
mainstream.
The Science era.
Yeah,
I've
Science is great.
Hey, you making fun of
beginning?
you making fun of 6 drinks in?
No.
oh, 6 drinks over here.
There's a
So-
new character on the show, Six String
Yeah,
so look.
Travis.
Pa-pow!
6 shooter.
So look, Incubus is awesome from
Gunshot noises.
hey. Incubus was awesome from the beginning until they got mainstream. My issue with Incubus, and Sean can attest to this,
The gauge earrings. Or what?
Patrick wasn't invited. We had we were looking for tickets, but the tickets were over $100 when they came to
the-
New
the
Orleans
Fillmore, yeah.
last year.
Mhm.
So look, tickets too expensive, but look, love me some Incubus.
I
All
did
right,
see him at Champion Square
So
in
that's
2017.
Patrick's number 2.
I think
In
they,
August. I just saw the memories recently. It was in August.
They are a good
2017.
band.
Yeah.
Good choice at number
Good
2.
show. It was hot as shit, but it was a good show.
I'd say most people kind of like fell out of love with him or didn't like when they did a Call After Murder
Yeah.
because it was
Boys-
the style was starting to
Brandon Boyd
change.
was a sex symbol.
What
Why-
brought
Yeah.
me back?
why
What
did
brought me
anybody
back
fall
to
out
that
of
was
love
the song "Dig." That's probably my
Yes.
favorite song.
Yes, but that
and
was
the video. And the
it
video.
was a departure from their normal
Mhm.
sound,
And
but I
Privilege.
still loved everything about it.
Privilege is still my favorite Incubus song.
Which one?
Privilege.
Great
That's a
great
good
song, great song. My number 1, and this is a band that I've been a fan of since day one, and we talked about it that they did a tribute to Lane Stanley. It's Stained.
Oh, they are on the list. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Sting.
like
Whoa,
my
number
name.
Yeah,
1.
like-
Woo! We just
like,
talked about them during a
from
break.
From
Lowest
Dysfunction,
in me.
from Dysfunction
The
to
Spleen.
Break the Cycle to there's one
Spleen, badass
14
song.
Shades of Grey. Was that 14 Shades of Grey kind of like was that's when the music kind of started to turn a little bit.
Real quick. Favorite Stain song
Oh man, that's tough.
for you?
It might be Mud Shovel.
Mud Shovel for you.
Raw, A
Spleen,
I
flat,
got one for you.
Just Go.
Todd's got Spleen.
Does Todd have a spleen?
Sweet Zoe Jane.
No,
If it's
see,
con-
okay, that's
if
that's
spleen-
when they were turned. They were like,
if Spleen
man, I
is
can't really do this one.
if Spleen is connected to the liver, probably not.
I
bad
lost my liver a
seed.
long time
What
ago.
was the
Seeding
last?
and
What was the
alcohol
last
drinking.
song on Dysfunction? It was like, was it Spleen?
Destroys your spleen.
The one
Spleen
that-
was number
that are-
9
that
on the
are-
first
the one that
on
was
the
the
intro
hidden
album.
That or Waste, something like that, like Waste
Yeah.
is like that.
It was like the 10th track.
But
that was a hidden song.
they were one of the bands that every song, first album, I was in for. Most everything they did, they lost me a little bit with Chapter 5. It was a little bit of a departure, but I still liked the songs. It was just not what I was used to hearing by them. But then they just released a song, The Lowest in Me,
Great
earlier
song.
this year, and
Great
it
song.
feels like old Stain. And I'm like, man, their album's coming out, I think, in October. I'm fucking jazzed for
Look,
that album.
I'm gonna just jump on what Patrick said. I heard "Lowest in Me" on the way home from Orange Beach 2 weeks ago. Freaking awesome song. Definitely reminds you of old school Stain.
Yeah. So that's my top 5. It's a little eclectic and a couple
nugget
more
for
of like
me
from a
about
personal
Stain
standpoint.
is that they've got longevity because the song "So Far Away" isn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I started dating my now ex-wife. That was like we really loved that song and said like, oh, that could be a future wedding song one day. We go to my cousin's wedding. That was literally their first dance song. I was like, well, fuck, we got to pick another song now.
I don't think there's a single Stain song I would play at my wedding, but I understand what you're going with. I don't know. That's me. That's my list. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Mine are a little all over the place.
More eclectic.
They're all over the place, and they're in no particular order. Again.
No hate, Mike. You can say Whitney
No,
Houston.
it's
Like,
just look. I'll say whatever I want. This is my list, guys.
Yeah. Go ahead.
dude, my list is
So
gonna be so
no
off the
particular
wall, so-
order. I like Queen, dude. Queen
Yeah.
is
No argument.
badass band.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian
Badass
Rhapsody
movie
was an
too.
awesome movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a great movie.
Under pressure.
It was it was a good movie. But I like Queen.
Don't Stop Me Now, man. That's my favorite Queen song.
Metallica
Stop.
Fat
I
Bottom
think
Girl.
is a great band.
A lot of longevity. A lot of.
When I was a little boy, I played drums. And
Yep, I remember that.
my parents bought me a Metallica cassette, and I would sit
the Black
there
Album?
in front of.
It had to be.
It wasn't
the
Black
African
Album.
American album, Patrick. It was
It was
the
the Black Album.
So Todd and I went
Self-titled.
to grammar school with Mike, and he used to play some badass drums.
He was a
Hang
good
on.
drummer.
Choir drummer.
I would sit
You
there.
asked for it, asshole.
It's known as the Black Album. Get over it.
I'm also just learned that Mike and I share the fact that we both played the drums. I more just did like band, like single snare drum.
Yeah.
But played a little bit of actual 5-piece percussion drum back in the day.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I used to sit there with the cassette player, listening to Metallica, and trying to play songs from them, and it was impossible at the time.
Hold it
I
together,
did.
sir.
Yeah, I mean, none of us were as good as them, so that'd have been tough to
no
do.
Lars or anything like
That's a great choice. So Metallica,
So,
probably pretty high on everybody's list. Maybe not top 5, but definitely very high
Since
on
you're
your
on
list.
that, let me throw out my first CD ever that I owned was the Metallica Black Album. And not just when I say owned, it was given to me before I even owned a CD player. It was given to me by a kid on my baseball team's older brother who was, quote unquote, tired of this. It was like in '94.
He was tired of the Black Album.
He was converting to a rap phase, and he was all about East 1999 Eternal and getting into Bone Thugs.
Mhm.
And he's like, I'm not listening to this anymore. He gave this to me, and I'm like, I'm holding this CD with a black cover.
Pretty good.
I had to go to a friend's house. Biff.
I
I had to go to Biff's house, who might be a guest on this show
Oh
one
no,
day.
that's
And-
Biscuit. We got
Yeah.
an empty chair here, folks.
It's like it feels like yesterday, us in like '94, 10 years old, putting that Metallica CD in his CD player, his little boombox on the shelf, and we're like just blown away of like, what is this? You hear that opening riff for Enter Sandman, and it was like the rest is history. That was like our first exposure to Metallica.
Fade to Black.
Unforgiven, man.
We gotta keep going.
Yeah, what was the album that had Fuel on it? Give me fuel, give me
Load.
fire. Loaded.
Load.
That was
Okay.
Loaded.
I think that was the
It was
first
Load,
album
Reload.
that I
Reloaded.
remember.
Reload, yeah.
That I
Load,
remember.
Reloaded. That was Reloaded.
It wasn't the first album I heard by them, but it's the first
Yeah.
one I remember. Then I went back to like Ride the Lightning,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's them.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Black Album was the gateway, and then
Yeah.
started going back to the older stuff.
Gotcha,
Load had Blood and Semen on the cover, just to let you know.
gotcha.
That's what that was.
All right.
Mike,
So I got Queen, Metallica, AC/DC.
Yeah.
Mike's
I like
pulling
this.
out some
And
relics
look,
here.
this is
Boy, you got
relics.
some Beavis and Butthead going on right
This is-
here. Huh?
this is
Metallica,
relics here,
AC/DC.
but-
I am sitting over here thunderstruck.
I love.
Great song.
I love.
On with the dad
I
jokes over
love
there.
listening to AC/DC. Just they're Australian, and man, they made some great freaking music. They really did.
Can't argue.
I mean, everybody knows as soon as you hear like the opening riff of what Back in Black, it's like, oh, it's about to go down. You know?
Absolutely.
There was some Money Talks and some You Shook Me All Night Long.
Yep.
We're all good.
Mhm.
Great stuff there.
Solid list so far.
30 deep.
Number two.
Yeah. Like I said, no particular order. Jason Aldean. I like Jason Aldean.
I mean, he made a big jump there.
yeah, this is a
Metallica
big
and
jump.
AC/DC.
Why
Like
don't
I
you try
said,
that top 5 in a small town?
Very, very eclectic. Very eclectic.
Mike admitted it was going to be all over the
It
place.
was all over the
Definitely
place.
a
I
big
support
jump.
it. I'm here
Uh,
for it.
well, I
like-
do
I
like
like
the
his,
Burning It Down song. It's a good one. Yeah.
Burn It Down is probably
Great
my,
song,
my
yeah.
favorite song. I know the whole
Why?
political thing recently, but besides that, like he's a really good artist.
Have you
in
listened?
the past?
Have you listened to Rearview Town?
Yeah.
You like it?
No, great.
What
song.
about High Noon Neon?
High Noon?
It's a song about like he's going through like a breakup. If you like, it's like if you want to see what over looks like, it's like about being in a bar like at noon and like on a date, like date drinking, it's like to get over your breakup or
I might
whatever.
have heard it. I just don't.
Check out. It's on the same album as Rearview Town.
Okay.
Listen to that and let me know what you think. Because like I find myself playing that song a lot,
Yeah.
just in general because it's somewhat new and it's just a good song though. I didn't know if you had heard it or not though.
No, my favorite one from him is Burning It Down. I think it's a good song.
I think everybody had a My Kind of Party phase when he first came out with that.
Kind of part.
That was like early, not broke. It wasn't like it wasn't broke country.
Green Tractor.
For a ride on my big green tractor.
Big green tractor. Man, what a great song.
Nothing beats putting in the dip, your cowboy hat,
Oh,
and just riding around wherever it was like
Yeah.
turning around on my big green
It's great.
tractor.
that's great.
Pancakes and sausage.
So
Green onion sausage.
who's numero uno, Mike?
Numero uno.
Julio Iglesias?
It's going to be Richard Cheese.
Oh, okay. That's
That
the
covers
curve.
all genres.
That's
I
the
mean,
curveball I did not expect. Okay.
Richard Cheese.
Who the fuck's that?
If you haven't heard Richard Cheese, you
Lounge
need
Against the
to.
Machine.
Definitely. You definitely need to research and listen to some of his music.
He's like a Weird Al dude, lounge
It's,
singer guy who does lounge versions of popular songs.
Yeah.
It's amazing. His rendition of My Neck, My Back
Yes.
Wow.
is just amazing.
Yes. his version
All right.
of his version of Gin and Juice is great.
Look.
He does like break stuff and nookie
Yeah,
and stuff
so-
like that. Yeah.
No, but Richard Cheese is good, but that's really not.
Think about his
not
name,
My
it's
number
basically
one.
Dick Cheese.
My
Yeah.
number one. Look, I like all music genres. It's hard to pinpoint the number one spot, but I would say maybe
Whitney Houston.
no.
I want to dance with somebody.
No, man, I can't think right now. I really can't.
Britney
think.
Spears,
No,
Taylor Swift.
no.
Are you a Swiftie?
Maybe Alan Jackson.
Okay, I like
think-
this. I
think
like
he's
this.
very classic country.
Yeah, yeah.
So you went from like old school heavy metal
I
to
do.
a country in the
I
last
am-
couple too. Okay.
I am
Old school country.
very.
Way
all
down
over-
yonder on the Chattahoochee.
I am
The ladder
very.
of heaven,
Listen, I am very.
Where were you?
crazy when it comes to music. I'll listen to every.
Well, I know you are a Randy Houser fan.
Randy Houser, yeah. Randy Houser's great.
Boom, boom, boom.
So
Best country song ever, by the way.
and again, that list is in no
Sir.
particular order.
What? Okay.
Whoa.
That's it. I like the list though. It's very, very diverse.
Look,
good, all good artists.
I'm gonna cut Sean off though. All right, so Sean's kind of a music guru, so I decided to cut him off, and I'm gonna go next with my number 5. I'm gonna go with an old school band who's still, as far as I know, hasn't come here in a long time, but I'm gonna go with System of a Down.
Okay.
You go with old school songs like Sugar and Spider and BYOB.
I like that you referenced the self-titled. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, one of the things that I can always remember about System of a Down is Todd and I's father passed away in March, and one of the things I can always remember about this is we would go to his rental property and we helped him build a fence, and that was the first time he heard BYOB by System of a Down, and he actually requested that we put it on one of his CDs that we burned for him, and that was one of the things that I remember most about this band, and we definitely did that as we as we made a Christmas present for him or a birthday present for him. Look, rest in peace, Dad. I love you. But System of a
Let's
Down
have a
was
drink. Cheers.
Yep.
Big Russ.
Cheers,
Big
Russ.
Russ.
Big Russ.
Big Russ.
This may not be the last time we do that.
Look, but System of a Down comes into my number 5. Number 4.
Real quick, just to say, System of a Down transcends like so many different people's likes and interests. It's like I've met so many different people that you would never expect that like System of a Down.
And where are they from? They're from
Turkey.
They're from
Pakistan.
Armenia.
So look, I've been waiting for them to come to New Orleans for a long time. Still haven't, but hopefully
I don't know
they
if
do.
they've ever been in New Orleans, honestly. But yeah.
Still waiting. If they ever do,
They're still
Patrick
out
will
there.
be invited.
I hope so.
I don't know if they've made any new music, but they are touring in some fashion.
Who wants to go see Alt J? Pat, you want to go see Alt J?
Sign me up. I'm always down to discover some artists I've forgotten about or never heard of before.
Alt J tickets have gotten a little expensive, so
So everything.
the
has.
1975 might be the next next might show we go to. So Patrick, you're invited. Sean, you're invited. Mike, if you like the 1975. Todd and I are interested.
I know who they are. I don't really know much of them, but yes. I know
So number 4 is not going to come as a real surprise to Sean or Todd at the table. Patrick's going to say he wasn't invited. Atreyu. Atreyu is a band that I've been interested in pretty much since high school. Actually, as a high school guidance counselor, one of my students actually got me more interested in Atreyu. But in the past couple of years, they've come to New Orleans 2 or 3 times. They're actually coming for another time in a couple of months with Godsmack. They put on a great show. We've seen them as an opener. We've seen them as a headliner. They put on a freaking great show. Their singer, Brandon Saller, walks around the room. He is a freaking great guy. Love the show. They get the fans involved. Atreyu comes in at number 4.
And where did that name come from, Sean?
from the Never-Ending
The
Story.
never-ending
The
story.
The never-ending story. The name Atreyu, the band.
Not Falcor. The kid's name is Atreyu.
Yeah, kids.
Great show if you in your city and you watch
fun
it.
fact, not to name names, but the guy that I met Patrick through, that guy, said guy, was me and that guy saw Atreyu back in 2007 when we were still in college.
Oh, Elton.
Well, okay, fine. Said guy, all right, he has a name.
He's got a name.
Hello, Elton.
But we went to
Not Elton Brown,
House of
though.
Blues and saw
African
Atreyu.
American.
And it's funny, being at UNO, we felt like we were the oldest people in there. It's like we were, I guess, in our 20s at the time. But yeah, it felt like it was a room full of teenagers and couldn't believe how old we were at the Atreyu concert. It's weird how they've kind of transcended that a little bit, you know.
They put on a great show. Love them. We've seen them twice, and would love to see them again. Number 3 for me would be Fear Factory, old band that nobody's a lot of heavy metal listeners.
Off the radar, eh?
Yep, kind of falling off the radar.
They just got a
remake.
new singer.
They did a remake of Gary Newman's Cars, which kind of went popular. All-time favorite workout song for me is the name of the song is Descent by Fear Factory. Probably my all-time favorite workout song. Gets me motivated. So Fear Factory comes in
It
number
gets you
3 for
pumped.
me.
They just pulled a Journey, meaning that the singer, finally left, and the new singer that replaced him was a guy who they found on YouTube doing Fear Factory covers.
Look, I love the old singer, so I mean,
Edge Crusher is a great song.
Oh hell yeah!
So
Workout song, good workout song right
Yeah.
there.
Edge Crusher's a good one as well. Descent is my favorite, but yeah, Edge Crusher's a good one as well.
Shock.
Car's a good one. Shock is a good one.
Demanufacturer, Replica.
Replica,
Replica.
very good one. All right, so they come in at number 3. Number 2 is an old school favorite. So many hits. They used to be my number 1 back in the early '90s. I'm gonna go with the old school Pearl Jam with the big hits of Jeremy and Dissident, Even Flow, and
Better Man.
Better Man.
Was that your number 1?
That's my number 2.
Oh, okay. I was
So
gonna say,
Once is my favorite.
I was going to
program.
say, wait, somebody's got to be on
Lead
this
off
list.
song.
and then-
My favorite old school Pearl Jam song is "Elderly Woman Behind a Counter in a Small Town." Dissident might be the number 2. So yes,
Yeah,
that second Versus album was very good.
Definitely more of a workout album.
The
I'd say.
the only reason why they're not number 1, if I can say, is because a disappointment when I went to a concert that I was very much looking forward to back when I was in high school, maybe early college. Eddie Vedder gets up on the
2002,
stage,
yeah.
starts talking politics, and I just say, "Look, man, I'm just here to see your music. I don't care about your political beliefs." So they kind of dropped to number
Shut up and
2.
dribble.
They used to be my all-time favorite.
Shut up and dance, monkey.
So look, Eddie Vedder, you're a great guy.
Whoa.
Love your music, but stop talking
Yeah,
politics. People who go to your
Right.
people who go to your concerts don't want to hear your political beliefs. We just want to hear your great music. So you fell to number 2. Number 1, look, this is probably one that is, maybe some of these people at this table haven't heard of, but I'm going to go with Mudvayne. Mudvayne is my number 1.
I knew it.
Chad Gray is a freaking phenom. The
What
guy
makes
is
you-
great.
you like the
I
bass
am
player, the
I
Rick
am-
Roll bass player.
Ryan Martini, favorite bass player of all time. Love the cosmetics that you guys go on stage with. Happy, probably maybe my all-time favorite song.
Actually, listen to
Determined
that today.
and under
No,
my
what-
skin.
Nothing to
Under
gain.
my fucking skin.
Nothing to gain. Favorite song maybe. Look, up there with Happy.
World's so cool.
World So Cold, great one too. Come to New Orleans, people. Come to New Orleans. Look, I was looking at the concert schedule. Closest one, Woodlands, 5 hours away. We want to see you in New Orleans. Mudvayne puts on a great show. I think we've seen him.
At least 2 or 3
Didn't
times.
we
Patrick-
see them open for
Patrick,
Korn?
we're going to
Was it
invite
Korn?
next time. I think we've seen him 3 times.
So
So
at Twiropa, right?
Todd and I have seen him at Twiropa,
Patrick's
UNO
laughing at
Lakefront
that.
Arena, and House of
Who
Blues.
did they? Was it Korn that they opened for one time?
They opened for Korn
Yeah, Twiropa
at
show.
UNO
Yeah,
Lakefront Arena.
UNO, yeah. Mhm.
They were at UNO. They were at House of Blues,
That's when they won the animal pelts.
and they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
at Twiropa headlining. So look, Mudvayne, come back to New Orleans. We love you. But anyway,
Dig.
top number 1. Dig is a great one. We love you. I love you. I'm gonna turn it over to Sean.
Sean, this is going to be the.
Sean is number 1. He's
Sean's
the
might
music
be the
guy.
most interesting. He's the most
I think we're most curious to hear this top 5.
Sean's is going to be.
I don't know. Let's see. Well, just like I said, no particular order. Have to throw out of way different than anyone's ever mentioned on this table is Tori Amos, because that's basically what my child is named after.
Good choice.
I know
Because-
you've seen her multiple times.
I have to give credit to my ex-wife, who was a fan of her when we met, and I think it was 2003. Bought her, knew that she liked her, and bought like a little greatest hits that had just come out that same year, and that was like a big deal. Like first year of dating or whatever. She thought that was so cool. We drove around and listened to this album, and that's how I got into her or whatever, and bonded over that. She thought it was the coolest thing because of as much music as I knew. It was something that I'd never heard and was introducing me to music. And my daughter was born in 2014, and we started with, let's name her Tori, and then it's like Tori's short for Victoria, and it matches my last name, which starts with a V. So when we went with Victoria, and then there you go.
I don't. We all know you in different levels, but anyone that knows you, I think no one is shocked that Tori Amos is in your top 5 bands.
Mhm.
But that it's cool because it's very diverse. But
Oh yeah.
your people who really know you, I don't think we're shocked by that
And
at all.
it's so funny. She just came in June recently, and
I came last night.
and my ex-wife went, and there's a weird story behind that with her new dude and whatever. But I thought about bringing my daughter, and I was like, she's just about to be 9. I don't know if she'd understand this, So it's like, yeah, she'll be back someday. That take her and be like, this is like in so many words, this is who we named you after. Introduce her to this music. It's definitely more of an adult, whatever you call it, contemporary.
What happens if Tori listens to the music and she's like, this sucks? Why'd you name me after
She
her?
probably will be.
Well, I
Yeah.
named my son after Camden Yards, and he was originally an A's fan because Matt Chapman was his favorite player.
That's fair.
But he's an
And
Orioles. He's an Orioles fan now. So
It is ironic that we saw her in 2017 at the Mahalia Jackson. That was like one of our last concerts that we saw together before she decided to walk out the house, So it's kind of like fitting and not fitting at the same time, however you want to call it.
Right on.
But
Number 4?
number 4, I guess I'm wearing a band T-shirt. I'm sure none of y'all know what this says.
I can't read it.
I can't
This
read
is
it.
why we call Sean the music guru.
This shirt is from, the album on this shirt is from 1996. I think, it's 96. And it's by the band In Flames. And
I've heard of them, yeah.
yeah, they're from Sweden. And they're one of the, like how America has the big 4, like Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax. Who's the other big 4?
AC/DC.
Shit, I'm drawing a blank.
Megadeth.
Shania
It
Twain.
was Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and who was the other thrash band?
Richard Cheese.
Richard Cheese.
Boy George.
Black Sabbath.
No, but whoever the big 4 was, I'm drawing a blank on it. Anthrax is the one that's usually forgotten, so I don't know why I'm thinking, not Pantera, that was 90s.
Pantera.
We'll love to see me some Pantera back
Philip
right now.
from New Orleans. Anyway,
But it's probably the drinks in me that I can't think of the
Rest in peace, Phil.
other member of the big 4. But anyway,
Phil's still alive.
Never mind.
It's Dimebag and
Dimebag, yeah. Rest in peace,
Rex.
Dimebag.
Dimebag and Rex. No, Rex is still alive. Who's the drummer? Vinny.
yeah, Vinny Paul.
Vinny, the 2 brothers, Vinny and Dimebag, are both dead. The Abbott brothers.
brothers.
And then
Yep.
they were actually replaced Dimebag with who's a guitarist?
Sorry for killing you, Phil. My bad.
What? Again, it's the drinks killing me. But
Yeah.
How could I forget freaking Slayer? Jesus.
Ah,
Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax.
I was on. I said Black Sabbath, but on the right track. But
If anyone knows
Wanna be
Jim
Black
Brewer
Sabbath.
out there, I've watched his bit about Slayer. Jim Brewer's bit on Slayer is hilarious. When he's like, he's talking about that concert when the Big 4 toured together, and he's like, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, they're one type, they're one thing, but it's like Slayer fans are on a different level. And he's like, and
White Sabbath.
his bit on Slayer, he's like, he like does like a horn sound, and he's like, release the Slayer fans, and they like charge the
wedding.
stage and knock people over and stomp on people, and he's just like, yeah, my wife started getting trampled behind me. He's like, you're on your own, honey, because the Slayer fans have been released. Anyway,
Patrick, do you know who the guitar player for Black Label Society is?
Why are you gonna put me in a spot like that?
Zach Wild,
Zach Wild is now the
who
guitarist.
was good,
of
playing for Pantera, yeah.
So we got Zach Wild, Rex, and Phil.
I think
Again,
the drummer is actually from Anthrax. It's,
There you go.
Again,
fucking-
sorry, Phil. I didn't mean to kill you ahead of time. My bad.
Charlie Benanti, whatever
So
his name
Zach
is.
Wild's White Label Society.
Side note: Phil used to run the House of Shock, so the
Correct.
House.
Phil Anselmo. Fun fact.
Graduate of Grace King.
Graduate.
Unpopular opinion, not to cut you off.
Grace King
Haunted
High School.
houses, overrated.
Ooh.
I think Haunted House.
Are you
That's what
listening?
I'm saying.
Phil Anselmo. Are you
Not Phil
listening?
Anselmo, just
Are you
haunted houses in general.
Are you
Are you
listening
scared?
to
Wait,
Phil
did
Anselmo?
you say the House of Shock or Haunted House?
No, just haunted houses in
hate
general.
haunted
Oh, okay. I agree.
Not the House of Shock. I've been to House of Shock.
Oh, yeah.
And listen, it will scare the out of you. I'm just saying, haunted
Yeah.
houses in general.
I agree
You're
with that.
overrated.
I think they suck.
I agree with you as well.
But I'm also
$20
the same guy that doesn't go watch a lot of horror movies, not because they're like super scary. I just
Ooh,
don't
look,
need
is
to
it
be.
because-
Next show.
I don't need to be super
Favorite horror
scared.
movie.
But I'm not I'm
could-
also
I-
not paying
I could
20
jive
or
with
30
that.
bucks to go to a haunted house. So
Right.
I agree with you.
I just
I like that topic, Mike.
Numero tres, Sean.
Patrick, stop shouting. We're not at the movie.
Sorry.
I had to throw that out.
Oh.
Is it because he's black that he doesn't like horror movies?
wait. Who's black?
No, I said
Mike?
Patrick Tapp.
no one is.
White Label Society.
Number
That
three.
was ironic that I said that because that was a stolen Amy Schumer joke.
Oh,
Who's known for stealing jokes.
As this podcast goes off the rails.
Exactly.
Next.
Anyway, I was talking about the U.S.
Horror
Big
movies.
Four.
This
Anyway.
podcast is going to get demonetized very quickly.
We're done.
Horror movies next
No.
week. Top 5 horror movies next week.
We'll think about it.
Thanks, Mike.
Anyway, so
We also thought of another top 5, right? So we got 2 top 5s coming up.
I'll-
Video
I'll-
games.
I'll
Video
I'll protest the top 5 horror movies.
No,
I'll
we
sit
gotta
that
do
out.
it. We gotta do it.
Might have to take
That might be next week.
I don't know. I'll have to take a knee on that one.
Numero tres for Sean.
well, wait, real quick. So the band In Flames on my shirt, they were part of what?
Is it in flames or in fuego? Just
No,
curious.
if they were from Mexico, maybe they'd be
Or
in
is it
Fuego.
Inflame In?
Whoa,
Hey.
that's a different band.
But they were part of the
Clip it.
Swedish Big
Yes.
Four, so to speak. They in what?
You say clip it. Don't say yeah.
Redacted. Just stop it.
Just keep
Fight
talking.
through it, Sean. Sean, fight through it. Save us.
fine.
Save us.
Basically, I said something that needs to get cut. So
Yeah.
keep going.
Wasted whack.
Wasted.
We are wasting
Whack.
wagons right now.
That's just
How could you tell?
leave it out.
So wait, real quick.
Number 3.
Real quick before Sean gets
Oh my God,
into
shut up.
the rest
No,
of
no,
this
Number
list,
3.
I just want to let the audience know that we have incredible meat sweats. We are drunk as a skunk.
10 Topo
Speak for yourself.
Chico.
And
If we could show you a picture of the beer cans lined up behind the mic here.
it's
Meat sweats.
it's definitely a fun night. This has
Too
been
much fun.
very. I think my voice cracked there.
I'm gonna go howl at the moon in a minute.
It's been very interesting,
Fade
but
the moon.
fun at the same time. So
Number
Sean, go ahead.
3. Or 2. What is it?
3. Just 3.
3.
So we had Tori Amos and
In
Flames.
Yeah.
And Fuego.
What was I saying? I was talking about them being a Big Four of the Sweden Gothenburg scene in the 90s.
You
And I'm-
lost me.
And I'm going with, the other 3 of those Big Four, it was what? Dark Tranquility, Soilwork, and At the Gates. That was from Gothenburg, Sweden. 4 bands that like revolutionized the style of music in the 90s
In Sweden.
in Sweden. It made its way over here once the internet got bigger and people could actually hear them in the U.S. But they're still actually just this week I got their In Flames new album that came out, and they went back to their older style. Like they kind of sold out for a while and did a lot of clean singing and members changed and whatnot. But they
I heard their songs got dubbed in Spanish. They're called In Fuego.
there you go.
He's been singing on that joke for minutes.
Or inflaming.
Believe it or not,
Different
though,
podcast.
their singer had to have a translator back in the day help him write lyrics because he couldn't speak lyrics in English. That was a fun fact on them. But anyway, they're actually big. They're on the Killswitch Engage documentary, and they are big fans and giving props to Killswitch Engage for bringing like real metal over to the United States and whatever. Anyway, so yeah, they have a shitload of albums. What the hell was that? Oh. So,
Fans probably gonna fall and kill us.
sound like fucking fireworks going off. Oh, that was the quick story about this shirt, though.
Was it quick?
I saw them at Southport Hall, and I was videoing and taking videos of the thing, and I kept videoing when the dude was talking, like he liked to talk between songs or whatever, and he called me out. He's like, he pointed at me. I have the end of the video because I pulled my phone down, and he's like, "Sir," and then I stopped the video, and he's like, "That's," and he like reprimanded me for holding my phone up
Fuck
in the
him.
video, but then like
Miranda Lambert, fuck you.
people kind of moved out the way, and I was wearing this shirt, and he goes,
Clip that.
and he literally goes, he's like, "You're wearing a Jester Race shirt. Like, this is from like '96. He's like, "You're a longtime fan. I feel like a dick now." And I was like, I wanted to be like,
Do you remember when Spider from Power Man 5000 looked at us and he did the pillow
Yep.
motion because we weren't pumping our fists up and doing that. So
PM 5K.
All right.
good show, but we saw them at Southport Hall. They were
That was
they were
that was-
okay.
that
They're
was
actually
that
coming
House of
again
Blues
like
we
in a
did
couple
that.
of weeks.
Yeah, so when he made the pillow motion, that was at House of Blues. We saw him a few years later over at Southport Hall. Patrick wasn't there.
They're actually coming in like a week or two to Southport Hall
Yeah,
again.
they are.
I think I was
You
fast.
see that? It's
Trapped.
like probably like $13
Trapped
a
is
ticket.
Trapped is coming in like 6 days. So I don't
Probably
know
like
if y'all
$5
want
a ticket.
if y'all want to go see Trapped, I'm
There's
down.
Trapped at.
They're coming
Southport.
to Southport like at August 16th.
Am I invited?
next Wednesday?
You're definitely invited.
Perfect.
I mean, I don't know if we were planning on going, but
I'll
it's like $5 a ticket probably. So
I'll take a look at the schedule and see if we can go.
They
But
probably
anyway,
take a nap on the floor like when me and Biff saw Flaw.
I,
There was like
I'll,
50
I
people
will
in the
never
whole place.
forget though because
fuck, the last time
Todd,
we
Sean,
saw it.
and I were in this crowd at House of Blues, and everybody's like pumping their fists, and we're just kind of like, yeah, bobbing our heads, listening to music. And he looks out in the crowd and he does like this with the pillow motion. And I don't know if he was looking directly at us because we weren't pumping our fists, but
It seemed like it.
whatever. It looked like he was looking right at us.
Like you
But-
can't win. If we video, they get pissed off. You
But,
just
you know,
enjoy the show. You get pissed. they
Fuck
get pissed
Spider. He seems like a tool anyway. So
off. Rob Zombie's
Anyway,
younger
let's-
brother, who's probably jealous of his
Correct.
brother's
Yeah, he
fame.
seems
You know,
like one of these guys.
and
that-
now he's
look,
playing
good-
at Southport Hall in
look,
front of about 20
He-Man
fans. So
5K, good rock band, but I think they go over the top as far as like trying to be this
screwed themselves when he
The
pulled
super
their
rock
album
star.
number one.
and look, he's probably a dick, and he plays in front of 20 fans now. So Sean going number 3.
All right, bringing it back to some normal shit that hasn't been said tonight. I'll go with 311.
Oh,
I like
okay,
that.
there you
I
go.
like
Is
that
it
choice.
because of Amber?
Is it because
No.
Nick Hexum
Is
a
it
handsome
because of the
individual?
weed smoking?
Is it because Nick Hexum is handsome and he takes his shirt off?
Maybe.
That might have something to do with it.
I mean, I started with them with
What a
the
dish.
Blue self-titled album, like many in the 90s.
The man doesn't age, Sean.
And like so many albums. I've seen them so many times.
All right, don't mean to cut Sean off, but quick
What's he
favorite
do?
311 song. Let's go.
God,
Love
Jesus
song.
Christ.
Love song by Mike.
Can you guys shut the fuck up?
All right, hold on. What's your favorite 311 song?
Angry Todd has entered the chat.
I'm gonna go with Champagne.
So we got Love Song and Champagne.
I'll say love song because I don't really listen to a lot of them. So take love song.
What?
I said what I said.
There's too many. I don't know.
So we
There's
got
a
two,
lot, is
two
that?
love songs and Champagne. I'm going to say Beautiful Disaster.
Yeah.
Good song. Good song.
Visit, Homebrew, Applied Science.
Love
I
it.
don't know.
Love
There's,
them all.
there's too many.
Love 'em
Yeah.
all.
Applied Science when they do the drum
Beautiful
solo in
Disaster,
every
baby.
concert.
All right, sorry, cut you off.
Yeah.
Number 3 for Sean is 311.
311 was the last band I saw in February 2020 before the pandemic too. Right.
And
at
they
Mardi Gras.
they do come to New Orleans a lot on 311.
Was
March
that
11th.
was that
play-
at Champion Square?
That was at Fillmore.
Yeah.
They would
You
do.
saw
They
him at
did a
Champion
2-night
Square.
show, and I
Nick
saw him
Hexum
on
did
one
take
of
his
those.
shirt off. It was a good show. Yes.
And then I saw him again last year. They came back
Todd
to the
almost
Fillmore. in
Todd almost
2022.
sounds like the guy who this podcast is named after. We're not going to say who that is. But anyway, 311 is known for coming to New Orleans on March 11th and playing
Yeah.
a 3-hour show.
311 Day was here like every 2 years. Yeah.
Todd, have you been drinking Waterloos?
I have been drinking.
Travis certainly has.
I have been
Shots
drinking.
fired.
I have been drinking Topo
Or just
Chicos.
shots.
Shot drink.
Topo Chico.
Topo Chico.
All right, so
your
Sean,
last
who's your
one.
number 2?
No, it's number 2.
Oh, number 2.
No, number 2.
To go with more, I guess, more obscure stuff, bands that I always go back to, 1 and 2. Well, first is from Italy, Lacuna Coil. That
Doesn't
my,
surprise me they picked that.
my metal bands or whatever have evolved over the years. Of course, I started with Metallica and things like that, but got into they're considered gothic metal, whatever.
So-
and then
I don't know if you knew this, but Todd and my sister is actually a fan of Lacuna Coil.
mhm,
So our sister Tara is a favorite of Lacuna Coil.
yeah, they have a pretty big following, more worldwide than just U.S. But I've seen them probably 3 or 4 times. I forget.
Number 1, Sean.
And then, last I have to go with Finland's finest Nightwish.
There you
go.
Nightwish that I've been a fan of since college.
Patrick wouldn't know this because he doesn't go to concerts with us. But
Gotta get invited first.
I mean, I've seen Nightwish at
Don't
the
feel bad,
Civic,
Patrick. I don't know who they are.
House
Right?
of
Okay, thank you.
Blues. I even drove to the Mobile Sanger to see them one time.
Where?
The Mobile Sanger Theater. Yes, there's a
Sure.
Sanger in Mobile. I saw them there one
That's
time.
amazing.
Before Sean got his new car, he had a Nightwish sticker on the back.
Right, my old car had a Nightwish sticker on the back. But yes, I don't know, I need a fact check, but they're the #1 selling band in Finland history.
Yep. Look, look, as long as Todd and I have been friends with Sean, if you correct me if I say anything wrong here, Sean likes female singers in kind of like
All right.
metal bands.
Real quick, because we're running out of time.
We have a Critical Coil and
To change the
Nightwish.
topic here, really quick, what has everybody been watching? Any movies, shows,
Porn.
anything? Todd, go first.
All right, I just finished the second season of Good Omens. It's a really, really great show based off a book by Neil Gaiman and Neil Pratchett. The first season basically ended where the book ended, so I was kind of surprised that it even made a second season, but it was really good. It's on Amazon Prime. Features Michael Sheen and David Tennant. Really, really good show. I just finished Manifest as well. The show's pretty terrible. I wouldn't recommend watching it. Me and my wife watched it together. Started out good the first 2 seasons. Third and fourth season started kind of spiraling out of control with some of the unnecessary, ridiculous plot lines. But I finished that like 2 nights ago. Wouldn't recommend it.
Travis?
All right, so Todd and I both watched the show. He didn't mention it, but we're on season 2 of Heels.
Phenomenal
Heels
show.
is a phenomenal show about underground wrestling. We're on season 2. So if you've ever attended a local Wildcat wrestling show, which is underground wrestling here in New Orleans, definitely check out Heels. It's on Stars. It's on Sling. Great friggin' show. It's got local guys like Luke Hawks and his son PJ Hawks. Definitely check out Heels. It's a wrestling show. Me and my wife are also watching The Witcher. We're on Witcher season 3. It's got Henry Cavill in it. He plays Superman. Great show. Shows are about an hour long, but they are definitely interesting. Season 3 has slacked off on the nudity, so that is a negative. But The Witcher is
What
a
kind of
fucking
nudity?
great show. Boobies from the old Hunchback character
Floppy
whose
dogs.
name is Yennefer. But The Witcher is a great show.
Wiener.
For me, we went with the kids and watched the Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh yeah, that just came
It
out.
was okay. I mean, I don't really like that putty. What do you call it? It's not like a
Claymation.
Claymation, yeah. I'm not into the whole
The
claymation
California
thing.
raisins.
I think it's kind of weird. The movie was okay. They had some great characters that they brought back though. Bebop, Rocksteady,
Rocksteady's the best.
all those old school things. It was good for the kids. They liked it, but I'm just not into claymation.
Look, don't mean to cut off the other guys on the show, but Todd and I went to see the Haunted Mansion with our mom and sister and all the kids this week. Great friggin' movie. Remake from the crappy Eddie Murphy version. Haunted Mansion with Owen Wilson. Friggin' great movie.
Stays true to the ride.
Sean,
What? What
movie? What you watch? What have you watched lately? Or TV shows, whatever.
I'm terrible with TV right now. Probably the last series I really finished was Dexter New Blood, which is the 9th season pretty much of the series. They finally wrapped it up, put a bow on it and everything.
Solid. I'm pretty lame. I haven't watched anything new other than sports because that's just me. And yeah, that's it for this segment.